Hello, everybody. This is Eliz-Sha from WisdomSeekers.net. This is my logo, Phoenix Rampant, Phoenix Rising. Okay, we're doing this for September 5th, 2023. It's a back to school, back to work, change of energy. September always brings a change of energy, at least in the northern hemispheres. I'm not 100% sure what happens in Australia because it's not so dramatic a change, but I know when I lived in Alberta, August, hot. I walk out the door for the first day of I was going to school way back then. I walk out the door, and I washed my hair, brushed it, walked out the door. My hair froze. And I'm going, ha! And I got in my car, and I was from BC, and I drove, and my car stopped. This was like the second or third day of September. That's how dramatic the weather change is in Alberta. Turned out I had summer freezing antifreeze and I needed winter antifreeze. Once I changed that, it was fine. And I was young back then, way back when. And you learn as you go. Mistakes are about learning, that's for sure. So what's happening for the 5th of September? Doesn't look so traumatic. It's going along the same way as it has been. It is time. Where did I see that? I don't know. I saw it and it's gone. So this is the three first cards. The Knight of Pentacles, and he's been around quite a bit for the last little while. Knight of Pentacles is being confident and self-assured, understated, quiet, but loving what you're doing, knowing that what you're doing is the right thing, and not having to prove it to anybody. You're confident, your power center is stable. And he also brings in, because he's sure and confident and has worked on his on his hooks, he attracts money. Does he attract billions of dollars? No. Not really. He attracts sufficient. And what's sufficient? Well, sufficient is to live well, not just survive, but to live well. $1 billion, $1 trillion? No, you don't need that. Nobody needs that, I suspect. But to live well, a nice house, a good place to live, you can pay your bills on time. Your car dies, you buy a new car without stressing how am I going to pay for it, sort of thing. So then the next card is the Eight of Cups. And the Eight of Cups is history. It's what we are letting go of, or have let go of. The feeling of being abused and used and let go and having to do it all on our own. And it's also the beginnings of becoming aware of spirituality. The beginnings. It's the hard knocks, the hard life that pushed us to find spirituality. Sometimes when we find spirituality and we still have hard knocks, we turn away from it. Everybody to their own. All right, but this also means that you're getting to a place, and it's the Eight of Cups, by the way. It means that you're getting to a place where you recognize that you don't have to do it on your own. You might be a little callow still, Five of Wands, still showing off that I'm really good, I can do things like this. And that's fine, that's fun. I recommend it. I recommend that you show how good you are, because that cements the feeling in you that you have done it, you're survived, and it's worthwhile. The next card is, what is the next card? Okay, the next card is this one, the Five of Swords, where you have because you've gone through the school of hard knocks, you have developed techniques. You have developed coping mechanisms to survive and do well. And you've got your balance. And some of those coping mechanisms you're going to have to get rid of. No biggie. Because you learned it, you can unlearn it. And why? Because now the coping mechanism is actually listening to your heart and hearing what the heart has to tell you. Because what the heart has to tell you will be the best, easiest, most direct, not necessarily the most direct route to where you're going. And sometimes the most direct route is going all over that place first. Because A, there's two things that can be happening. Other people aren't ready. B, you've got to learn a whole bunch of other things before you get to where you're heading. And sometimes that's how to accept graciously, how to receive. And other times it's to know that you're worthy of receiving. These things you have to know how to do sometimes before you can get to your route, to your place. And then you get there, it's the Three of Wands. You're confident and self-assured. You take on everything as you desire it. You know what's right, and you attract abundance. And this is the Nine of Pentacles, which is you put in the effort, you get a break, you get a rest stop, and you attract abundance. And abundance, again, is not always money. But then we slide into believing in magic and surrounding ourselves with beauty, because it's natural for us to do that when we have achieved a certain level of spirituality. It just comes to us. We don't have to work at it. But right now, we do have a great deal of support, the Knight of Cups. And as I've said for a while, the Knight of Cups, first you support yourself, then you allow yourself to receive support from outside of yourself. Know that there's strength. And even when you're accepting support from outside of yourself, remember quantum, which means we're all one ultimately. So even though you're accepting stuff from outside of yourself, you're not really. You're just accepting a different part of yourself. All right, so we want to head into a life that's full of beauty and joy and abundance. More than anything, we want to run into magic. And I have a short story to go with that. My daughter, she had two coats, and they were both the same color, but one was to be thrown out and one was to be kept. Without thinking, she threw out the wrong coat. Then she went to the dump, and there was her coat, sitting beside the dumpster where she was supposed to throw things out, just hanging there. Now, isn't that magical? Magic doesn't have to be dragons and unicorns and things like that. It can be something as simple as, I threw out the wrong coat, darn, and there it is. So allow yourself to move into magic, because we have done a lot of healing, and that's the master healer, the Hierophant, Cryon. And we have done a lot of healing. We will continue to heal as long as there's breath and we're breathing. We will heal. That's just a given. If we don't heal for ourselves, we'll pull in energy from the superconscious and start to heal that. Fine. We're good for it. We came down for that particular reason. And things will come together in a beautiful way for us. And how will they come together for us? Well, we get to be the hermit, right? The hermit now runs out and does things just being. She just has to be. He just has to be. And that's all. Because the energy of spirituality, or higher vibrations go out like a concentric ring. It touches everybody that comes in contact. Do they change immediately? No, it could be years from now, and then there's something will go, oh, click. And we will go forward and do things properly and with joy and humor. Everybody makes it. With this lifetime, 10 lifetimes, 20 lifetimes later, it doesn't matter. We all make it. And that is a given. So I'm going to end with a flashcard. The ultimate answer is exactly the same as I gave you yesterday. If you can't figure out what to do, you don't know how to deal with it, the ultimate answer is be the lovers. Love yourself. Love the situation. Even with you cannot stand the people, put energy of love into it, and that will make a difference. I promise you. Namaste, namasko. I love you and you I do love.